In Arsene Wenger's final appearance at Old Trafford, he takes on Manchester United for one last time, the Premier League next. Well, it's a bit of a somber feeling here at Old Trafford, despite it being kind of the rival ground. But we all know that Arsene Wenger is stepping down after so many iconic years at Arsenal. And Sir Alex Ferguson was the man to lead the kind of festivities, if you like, with a memento from their time and rivalry together when Ferguson was manager of Manchester United. And, well, it was a show of respect from everybody, which is really what everyone should be doing. Arsene Wenger is one of the greats of the game, and Gregg Popovich was even a part of that, even though he's only met him twice on the football pitch. Well, Manchester United versus Arsenal here, it really has an exhibition match feel to it. Manchester United have obviously wrapped up the title already. Arsenal have been on a bit of a downward spiral, which pretty much started last season. This season, Arsene Wenger is struggling to get a finish inside the top 10, and that'll be the first time he's ever not managed that since taking over. I think he's realised at this point, as of a lot of people, that the club is really on a downward spiral, and much like Gregg Popovich did with the Golden State Warriors, Arsene Wenger is pretty much stepping down as a means of... He's taken them as far as he can go, and it's time for someone new to take over here at this great club. But I'm sure Arsene Wenger, much like Alex Ferguson for United, will be around in some capacity long afterwards. Here, starts in goal for Coach Park today. Henriks is with Lindelof, Tuanzebe, and Ryan Bertrand in the defence. Solby is with Victonomy, Aaron Henwood, and Dimitri Mitchell. Angel Gomez plays behind Zlatan Ibrahimovic in one of his final games for Manchester United before he heads off to the MLS and LA Galaxy in particular. Hercek starts in goal for Arsenal. He's with Bellerin, Monreal, Mustafi, Koscielny, and Kolasinac. In their defence, it's Coquelin and Helmeni playing behind the front three: Ozil, Lacazette, and Alexis Sanchez. Rumoured to be signing a new going off on his own and possibly one of Gregg Popovich's future players, but it's only just a rumour as of right now. That kind of started back in December when there was rumours of a possible swap deal between him and Mkhitaryan involved, but it never really materialised, and on Manchester United and Arsenal went with their respective players. But a lot of these Arsenal players, what are they going to do? Are they going to leave with Arsenal, or are they going to try and build around the new manager, whoever that may be? So many names have been thrown into the ring: Patrick Vieira, Mikel Arteta. Some people making even saying like the likes of Eddie Howe could be an option, or Sean Dyche. There is a lot of possible opportunities for Arsenal and a lot of possible candidates, but the job is huge at Arsenal. It's going to be such a turnover at this football club, and it's going to be pretty much what Manchester United have been going through the last few years. The rebuilding process for Manchester United only started now, so I'm sure that whoever comes in will start their rebuilding immediately and not kind of lag behind like Manchester United did. The rebuild needed to start when David Moyes had come in, and he wasn't really given the time or resources to do so, like people would say, me included. Manchester United needed to rebuild much sooner than they have, but then again, maybe this year was the best time to do it. It was probably lucky, but brand new coaching, Gregg Popovich, a lot of brand new players: Scott McTominay, Benjamin Hendricks, even Angel Gomez and Marcus Rashford. Timothy Fusi-Mensah, of course, are going to be involved in Popovich's plans next season, as is Cameron Borthwick-Jackson. So it's really got this exhibition feel to it, this game. Obviously, Manchester United have the huge game against Real Madrid in the semi-final of the Champions League, which is going to be hard in itself for the senior players, let alone the youngsters that are playing today. But really feel that Gregg is taking his foot off the gas. There really is no need for either team to push so hard. Arsenal obviously need to get back into the top 10. They're going to miss out on the Europa League places as well as the Champions League places, and I think that's a good fit when you think about it, because it gives less for the new man to do over the course of next season. He doesn't have to deal with the Thursday matches of the Europa League. So he'll only have the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and obviously the Premier League to focus on as the referee gives a free kick to United. With Arsene Wenger stepping down, but last of the old guard is kind of gone now. It's all new from here. The Premier League will be all new next season. Manchester United will take on Real Madrid live from Old Trafford in the first fixture of that Champions League epic clash. It's going to be, no doubt, Gregg's probably his toughest opponent so far, and we said that about PSG. But as we've said, Gregg Popovich is quickly becoming a name to be feared in the world of football. It's a beautiful pass. Zlatan is going to pull it back towards Gomez. It's obviously really playing into effect now because he wants his best possible squad he can for the Champions League match. Well, next for Arsenal could be against their future manager in Sean Dyche and Burnley. Interesting story brewing there, maybe. Great Liverpool against Steven Gerrard at Rangers. Could really not imagine that a few years ago. Well, it's a 0-0 draw here, just like it was in the reverse Premier League fixture. No goals and no real chances for either side to speak of. And like we said, it really does have the feel of an exhibition match, as not a lot has really gone on in this first half. 0-0 at the break. And Mr. Aaron Henwood, look how much space Dimitri Mitchell has down there. Zlatan with the cross. Arsenal player's gone down. Scott McTominay has just missed. I really thought that went in. Scott McTominay, what a belter. He's inches. Scott McTominay. I think he's yet to score for United. But he almost scored a rocket there. Petr instantly beaten. Nothing he could do. Expect nothing less from two teams that don't really have a lot to fight for. And the season can be a bit of a drag for some teams. In the middle of the table, Manchester United having already wrapped to a title. They're in party mode, more or less. Oh, a penalty given by Lindelof against Lindelof. And another penalty given against Lindelof. Well, this could be interesting. As Joel Pierre has saved a penalty from Arsenal at some point. It was in the Carabao Cup, if I remember. Oh man. That is not a foul against Lindelof, surely. Look at this incident again. Lindelof sticks his leg out. Is there contact? No, there isn't. There is not any contact whatsoever. And Lacazette has fooled the referee. That is a... there might be the slightest of touches on his foot. But to me, that does not look like a penalty. There is absolutely no contact in any of this situation. And that should not be given against Lindelof. That is incredibly harsh. And once again, the refereeing called into question. Is it because... No, there is absolutely no contact made by Victor Lindelof. And the referee has made a dreadful decision. Because to me, Victor Lindelof does nothing here. He mistimes the challenge, but he makes no contact in any of the sequence. And it's just dreadful. It's just a dreadful decision. There is no contact, and Victor Lindelof has been robbed of a decent performance and has given away a penalty that never should have been given. What a poor decision from the referee. Well, there'll be questions over whether Lacazette was looking for it. It'll be hard to say, but there's no contact. Oh, and Joel Pierre! What a splendid save! He's done it again to Arsenal. Splendid save. He knew exactly where Lacazette was going. What a save. Joel Pierre, sensational again. He denies Arsenal the lead. This kid is really coming into his own, isn't he? It's an Arsenal corner. They've taken it short. Sanchez and Joel Pierre goes in. And it's 0-0 here. And Victor Lindelof, who should have never had a penalty given against him in the first place, is spared by the magnificence of Joel Pierre. That was probably the only action of the game, to be fair. Scott McTominay had a few chances. Aaron Henwood had a couple as well. but really nothing else was going on. But right at the end, Joel Pereira, what a save from Alexander Lacazette, who just can't beat Joel Pereira, because I believe it was Lacazette that he was denied a goal in the Carabao Cup match, if you remember, right at the end. So once again, Joel Pereira has denied Arsenal a goal. And that kid has been sensational. Alexander Lacazette twice now. No goals against Joel Pereira. And wow. 0-0 here. It was a bit of an exhibition match, but Joel Pereira put his name up in lights right at the end again. Sensational save. United 0, Arsenal 0. In the concurring match with today, the other side of Manchester lost, as Dave Moyes' West Ham United beat City by 2-1. So after 36 games, the Premier League table is looking rather fixed now. There's still a few positions and things up for grabs, but it looks to be all set. Very superfluous table in terms of the top. I don't think there's any changes whatsoever. With Manchester United, Chelsea, Watford, Leicester in the top 4. Europa League spots taken by Everton, Spurs and Liverpool and Stoke. Southampton 9th, Manchester City 10th. Arsenal stay 11th, a point behind City. And a further... Oh no, they're level with Manchester City, my apologies. But behind them on goal difference, a point behind Southampton. They could probably still get into the midst of the top 10 in the Europa League places. Focusing on the promoted sides, Brighton, as we said last week, I think pretty much safe, despite not even being double figures in wins, but their draws have been vital in their survival. Looks like they are definitely safe as the season winds down. Bournemouth now on 40 points and Swansea City on 35. That's the cut-off. Swansea City have a game in hand over Bournemouth. They could still go down, but I think Bournemouth are more or less safe. One more point for Bournemouth should confirm Premier League survival for next season. It's a bit of a tighter affair for Burnley, Huddersfield and Newcastle United, who are all on 37 points with 2 games left to play and 6 points left to gain for those. Crystal Palace, West Brom, Swansea. I think everything is still up for grabs. West Brom are now 6 points behind safety with 9 to gain with their game in hand. Palace might have already gone even down. Palace might have gone down already because there's 6 points left to gain. They're both on 36 played. So Palace, barring a massive leap in goal difference, could be down already. With West Brom having a game in hand. So if it looks to be rather set and match for as far as Crystal Palace are concerned. West Brom are avoided relegation by the fact they have the extra game to play. It looks like Palace and West Brom could be the most likely to go down very soon, and it's all going to be between Swansea, Newcastle, Huddersfield, Burnley and Bournemouth, and then everybody up from Brighton upwards. I think their status is all but confirmed. Absolutely huge game in the Champions League. Manchester United versus Real Madrid next. And that's all I have to say. Absolutely huge. My first ever time in 6 years of this kind of time in the commentary box that I've had, and it's the first ever time I get to commentate on a match involving Real Madrid, and what a night this will be, because it is Manchester United versus Real Madrid in the semi-final of the Champions League. Barcelona have already took the initiative against Sevilla. 2 away goals mean that they are in the driver's seat to reach the final. Will we have an El Clasico final, or will Manchester United defy the odds against PSG? After negotiating this one first, and an old friend, of course, has come to Old Trafford for, I believe, his second appearance since he left. Cristiano Ronaldo. Nothing more needs to be said than that. Full strength side, best used formation for Gregg Popovich. Absolutely no excuses as to why he can't put in a performance tonight. Lukaku and Martial are up front. Pogba's with Zaha, Piero, Herrera, Matic the midfield. The 3 defenders, Rojo, Jones and Bailly with David De Gea, of course, in goal. Is he Real Madrid bound? at one point? We keep asking. We never really know. Real Madrid, as of right now, Navas is in goal, obviously, with Carvajal in the defensive role. He is also with Marcelo, Sergio Ramos and Varane. Midfield is Toni Kroos with Agostino Llorente, I believe, and Casemiro. It's Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema up front today.
Thank you, old chap. Enjoy
Well, the multitude of this fixture is humongous. I'm nervous. I'm relatively impartial, to be honest, but obviously being a United fan, this is a big one for me. I'm only impartial for that 90 minutes in the commentary box, of course, but yeah, let's get this underway then. This is undoubtedly my biggest matchup so far, involving, we obviously had the Champions League a few years ago, but Manchester United did not do well in those instances, very well at all. But the league and Olympiacos the first time, well, not Olympiacos, but the following matches, when David Moyes pulled off a miraculous save against Olympiacos, which was pretty much what Gregg Popovich did against PSG. And this is just humongous. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's going to be a threat all night long. Two goals in his previous match. Ronaldo obviously still on that immense scoring run that he never seems to stop scoring. No Marcus Rashford up front for United. I really thought he would have been a mainstay, but he is incredibly young. He'll get his chance against Real Madrid. That we can almost be a certainty. With the way Manchester United are playing right now, they'll be in the Champions League for years to come. As David De Gea makes another save. The referee has stopped play for offside against Ronaldo. Forward by Herrera. Former Spanish league player with Atletico Bilbao, if you remember. That's where Herrera was sold to Manchester United from. Van Gaal era. Here's somebody in. Ronaldo! Of course he's put it in. It's 1-0 to Real Madrid. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And you can't blame David De Gea. He's just that good. And he's rather unfortunate. Again, it's the same story for Manchester United, isn't it? The initial save is good from De Gea, but he puts it. There's no one back to defend him. And David De Gea almost getting there. He's hugely unlucky on this occasion. He gets back ever so well, but he misjudges the flight of the ball from Ronaldo. And he does not miss. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Real Madrid. They're up by a goal to nil away from home. Zinedine Zidane has the initiative here. And, well, it's that man again, isn't it? And no one in the Old Trafford crowd is really cheering, but they're not booing him either, because he is a legend in the United folklore, as it were. So they'll just take it as, well, it's him, isn't it? And it's 1-0 to Real Madrid. And Manchester United, much like PSG, pretty much have it all to do now, because if the score stays like this, it could have another PSG scenario, but I think Real Madrid might just be that little bit tougher for Gregg Popovich to negotiate. I think the initial shot was from Anzero down here, who's taking that throw, and then Ronaldo came in from behind. No one really picked him up, because you can't pick up Ronaldo. Even as his age increases, he's still got that pace and that sliveriness to get in behind you. And he used it to great effect there. Benzema to Ronaldo. And Benzema in the box. Nothing doing there. Great defending from Manchester United. And here they come. Lukaku has brought it down. He's got the step. Lukaku, good cross. Martial. It falls to Pogba. He's gone down to the box. Penalty. It's given against Casemiro. It's a penalty. And Manchester United handed a very early lifeline here. Have a look at this incident. So Pogba receives the ball from Martial here, and I think that is a clear penalty. Oh, I don't know about that one. I think the man gets the ball first. Let's have a look. Does he get the ball? The ball comes. Oh, okay, so the ball comes off Pogba here, and yes, I believe that is the correct decision actually from the referee. Pogba's got the ball, and he brings it under his control very well and gets pushed, and I think that is the correct decision given by the referee. Yep, no complaints. Well spotted, and advantage to Manchester United. Then they have to score first. So the correct decision from the referee is going to be Anthony Martial, who's been deadly from 12 yards for the most part. And he's deadly again. Martial gives Manchester United a ray of hope. If the score stays like this throughout the 90 minutes of the away tie, United will be eliminated on the away goals rule. But it's a lifeline. It makes it a little bit easier for them. They need to score again, get themselves back ahead. And coolly slotted by Martial, right where Navas can't reach it. And all correct decision, and perfectly placed by the ever brilliant Anthony Martial. Only his 4th goal in the competition, but he and Rashford have been making waves elsewhere. And it's still advantage Madrid, but it's been sliced at least in half. United 1, Real Madrid 1. We're in for a classic if this keeps up. Lukaku with the cross. Martial! Oh! It's absolutely scintillating stuff from United. When they get the ball, they do wonders with it. Oh! And Martial trying to backheel it into the back of the net. And that would have been a sensational goal for a man who's been scoring for fun alongside Marcus Rashford. That's Marcelo. The first half approaches. It's advantage Madrid. Marcelo is going to get a free kick. The referee's going to give it. And this is Ronaldo territory. Oh man. In 6 years, I've probably waited for this. One of my favourite free kick takers in the league. I'm not ashamed to be non-impartial about that. And Manchester United scored so many times from this position. Now he's against them. And it is going to be Ronaldo. He's going to put it over. What a shame. I would have liked to announce that Ronaldo had scored a belter, but not on this occasion. Martial. And there's the end of the first half. Advantage Real Madrid. They have the away goal. But Manchester United, their never say die attitude has been such a common thing this year. Real Madrid know they're in for a game. They may be the powerhouse, but Manchester United really are faring well as the underdogs. They've been so all season long, and that's what makes them just as dangerous, if not the same amount of power that Real Madrid have in terms of stature and players. But they make up for that with determination and grit, playing to the final whistle. They did against PSG, and no doubt they'll do it here. It's advantage Madrid, but it is 1-1. Oh, Martial. Oh, and Asano has gone through. Here he comes. And Marcus Rojo. Brilliant tackle. Fantastic tackle from Marcus Rojo. Showing some of the form that he showed before his injury in last year's Europa League. Benzema. Oh, saved by David De Gea. And Manchester United going out fighting here. They're going to go out against Real Madrid. They're going to go out fighting and giving them a game. Oh, Lukaku. Lukaku pulls it back towards Pogba. Pogba keeps his balance. Oh, he's missed it. Paul Pogba. Wonderful stuff. Just not with the finish. Well, when Manchester United get the ball in this matchup, it has been 4-star football all the way. Gregg Popovich. No parking the bus with him. None at all. And he is coming. Marcus Rashford warming up for United. Oh, and here comes Asino. Oh, and it's a goal for Real Madrid just as Marcus Rashford was warming up, and Asino has put Real Madrid back in front. Oh dear. Well, it's beautiful stuff here from Modric, and typical Real Madrid football. What a pass that was. That threaded United wide open. Nothing any of them could have done. I think it was Modric. Beautiful Real Madrid move. Beautiful final pass there. And even Gregg Popovich can't do nothing about that. And a Marco Asensio has given Madrid back the lead, and an even bigger advantage with the way goal counted for more than one. Well, here he is. Marcus Rashford coming on for Nemanja Matic of all people. Interesting. I wonder where Marcus is going to fit with Lukaku and Martial still on the pitch. I think it's probably going to be Pogba that falls back and Rashford that goes into where Pogba was. Oh, Manchester United already with an instant response. Andreas Pereira. Oh, he's tackled. Yeah, with a free kick, a goal kick forward, and oh, now Pereira is going to get there. He's going to whip it in towards Martial. Oh, wonderfully done. How did that work? Andreas Pereira with the guts and the speed and the stamina to catch a rolling ball off the head of Lukaku. And he found Martial with absolute precision. Manchester United will just not go away. Martial on the volley. Wonderfully done. And we all know that Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in times to come in the Champions League. But maybe they're ready now. Maybe. I'll tell you something, 5 goals for Martial in this competition. He's ready. Maybe. And Karim Benzema is making way for the other big man, Gareth Bale now. He's been a United rumored with United transfers for, well, forever. But he's still at Real Madrid, and now he's going to make an appearance with 15 minutes to go. This time really could go anywhere at the moment. Marcelo, Modric. Well, we expected goals, and I think we got them. There's been 4. There could be more yet. Now to Kroos. And Bale keeping it amongst themselves. And Bale has gone past everybody! And Asino again. Another goal for Real Madrid. It's Asensio again. 3-2 to Real Madrid. This is an absolute classic. Great move here by Bale. And Asensio in off the post. Another great Real Madrid move. When Real Madrid get in the final third, there's almost nothing United can do. Exploiting Manchester United's defence. And they have struggled to keep clean sheets and not concede goals. But they always score. But I think even now it might be getting a bit tricky for them. Asensio has 2. Ronaldo scored the 1. I think Martial had both for Manchester United. Rashford's been largely ineffective so far. 4 minutes. Run it on time. No matter what happens in the second leg, United have fought tonight. Oh, Bale, wonderful. And Asensio to finish it. And Sergio Ramos. And that may be the fight. That may be it. That may be it. Again, wonderful stuff from Gareth Bale, the substitute. He's been influential in this one. Bale riding the sliding challenge wonderfully. And then Asensio. Look at this from Bale. Absolutely pickpocket against Asensio. Sergio Ramos gets ahead of I think that's Pereira out there. I don't know what he's doing there. And Pogba, did he put that in his own net? Well, the caption says for Sergio Ramos, but we had a bit of a thought whether Pogba put that in his own net.
Real Madrid goal number 4.
And 90 minutes are up. Injury time. Nail in the coffin for Manchester United maybe. But I don't think it's over yet. I think Manchester United will probably still have one more game in them. And Gregg won't use this squad. Gregg will use his depth against Brighton, that's for sure. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This could turn into anything. Pogba. Ball is rolled through to Martial. Here's Rashford. Oh, Real Madrid. Bad mistake. Rashford! Oh! This really could be anything. Marcus Rashford with a goal for himself. This could be the biggest aggregate night in history. What are Real Madrid doing? Tony Kroos. He gave Rashford the space, and that's all he needs. Oh my. Well, it's 4-3. Madrid have the lead and the away goals. Although I don't think goals count. But another goal for Marcus Rashford. He's got to be nearing 30, isn't he? I think he's got about 16 in the Premier League so far. Manchester United 3. Real Madrid 4. And that's just in the first leg. What a night. One absolutely scintillating night. Real Madrid have the lead and have the aggregate lead as well. This could turn into anything. Scintillating performance attacking from these two clubs tonight. And Asensio got 2 of them for Madrid. But Manchester United just will not go away. They're going to fight in that second leg. But they're down on aggregate. And they're down on tonight as well. Man United 3, Real Madrid 4. But I don't think that's going to be the end of the goals. We've still got another leg to play in this yet. Absolute classic. Real Madrid take it tonight. But anything could happen in the second leg.